Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and in today's video, my hoodie is looking goofy, but I'm freezing cold, so I'm going to keep it on. In today's video, we're going over the 5 reasons you should and the 5 reasons you should not buy a Mercedes C-Class W204. This is the C300, the C350, I don't even know if they have a C350, the C63 AMGs, any of the C-Class W204s, a W204 chassis, as well as the coupe, which I believe is the W205. You get what I'm saying, the W20X chassis C-Class Mercedes. 5 reasons you should and 5 reasons you should not buy. Media of the day is Call of Duty Vanguard. It's a World War II Call of Duty game that has laser guns in it. I don't like it personally. I'm not the biggest fan of COD Vanguard. As a matter of fact, COD Vanguard is my least favorite Call of Duty. I've played every one of them, and I do not like COD Vanguard. I'm not a big fan of it. But if you like World War II shooters, there's definitely something you could find in this game. So that's why I'm giving it the media of the day today. If you enjoy World War II shooters. If not, though, don't even try this game. It's not worth it. But without further ado, let's go right into it with the 5 reasons you should and the 5 reasons you should not buy a C-Class W204 Mercedes. And simply put, reason number 1 why I think you should buy a W204 is the luxury and comfort of the car. Yeah, there's no denying the fact that Mercedes is on the top of the ball game when it comes to luxury and comfort. Now, this is a car, by the way, that was recommended, so shout out that guy. If you want to see your car in a 5 reasons you should and 5 reasons you should not buy video, then make sure to leave a comment down below, because I go off of recommendations. But the reason why I'm saying that is because the W204, I'm not a big Mercedes guy, as you guys know. I've never really have been. I just don't really care for them too much. But with that being said, there's no denying the fact that Mercedes is a beast, and the top of the class, the top dogs when it comes to the luxury and comfort. Even I, somebody who's not a big fan of Mercedes, will admit that their luxury and comfort is great. Now, is a C-Class going to be the top of the line? Obviously not. It's not an S-Class, but compared to a regular car, it's really luxurious. However, obviously, this is part of the main reason why I don't like Mercedes-Benz so much. Reason number 1 why I think you should not buy a W204 is, of course, the reliability. Yeah, again, just like how Mercedes is known for their luxury and comfort, they're also known for their poor reliability. Now, is there an argument to be made that the W204 is more reliable than your average Mercedes-Benz? Maybe there's an argument to be made for that. I'm not going to argue with you on that too much. However, there's no argument to be made on the fact that Mercedes as a brand is just known for their poor reliability. It is something that you're going to have to address. There's something that you're going to have to think about before buying any Mercedes-Benz. Even if it is one of the most reliable Mercedes-Benz out there, they're still going to be less reliable than something like a Corolla, something like a Camry, something like a Civic. Even though the car is trying to be something like that, like it's a C-Class, it's trying to be a commuter car, but it doesn't have commuter car reliability levels. However, reason number 2 why I think you should buy a W204 C-Class is, simply put, the space. Now, the space of the car, both cabin and cargo, is pretty damn good, and you have plenty of it. Is it going to be as spacious of a car as an S-Class or a wagon or something along those lines? Maybe a 5 Series or a 7 Series? No, obviously not. It's still a C-Class. It's still a little bit smaller than those cars, but at the end of the day, it is a sedan, okay? So you do still have 4 doors. For more whores, and you got a trunk. You got a trunk with some decent space. Is the trunk massive? Are you fitting dead bodies in there? No, probably not, but it's got enough space to go around. It's much better than my Integra, I'll tell you that much. It's much better than a sports car or like a Porsche or something. However, reason number 2 why I think you should not buy a Mercedes-Benz C-Class W204 is another reason why I think you should just not buy a Mercedes overall. Another reason why I don't like Mercedes-Benz overall. They're hard to work on, especially as an American. Now, if you're a German, I'm sure you guys have all the tools and necessary stuff over there to work on a Mercedes-Benz, and it's probably not that big a deal, but for Americans, it's always a nightmare to work on any German car. That's the one thing I will say that sucks about BMWs. I'm a BMW fan, I love BMWs, but that's the one thing even I'll admit that sucks about BMWs, is they're a pain to work on. German cars just are. Even Volkswagens, which are pretty easy to work on compared to Mercedes and BMW, are a pain to work on as an American. You just need so many special tools, and there's so much over-engineering, and it's just such a gosh darn headache, no matter what car it is. However, reason number 3 why I think you should buy a W204 is, of course, the price of them. Yeah, obviously they're not like the cheapest cars in the world. It's not like you're finding W204 C300s for $2,000 or something with like no mileage. It's not like it's a Honda Accord, you know. It's not like you're looking for a 2002 Honda Accord, but the price is still a lot cheaper. Well, not cheaper, but cheap for what it is what I'm trying to say. Like, these cars back when they first came out were obviously pretty expensive. They're Mercedes-Benz. Even if it is a C-Class, it's still going to be a little bit more money than its competition. But nowadays you can find them for $5,000 with low mileage and not that many issues, owned by an old lady that it was never modified or whatever. The price for the cars for what you're buying is 100% worth it. With that being said, though, the problem with pricing of these cars doesn't actually come within buying the car, it comes within fixing the car or maintaining the car, because reason number 3 why I think you should not buy a W204 is, of course, the parts availability. Again, where I'm an American, okay, if you live in the EU, then I'm sure parts availability is a whole lot easier for you guys out there. It's easier for you guys to find parts for your W204, but as an American, it's not. They're not the most common cars out there, but even if they were, there's just not that many companies out here, aftermarket companies, making parts for a W204, and obviously OEM parts are getting pretty rare since the cars are almost 20 years old at this point, so parts availability is going to be tough. It's going to be tough to find the exact part you need, and because it's going to be tough to find the exact part you need and you kind of need it, obviously that means the companies are going to charge more than the part's actually worth, so you'll also be spending a whole lot more on the part than something like a Japanese car, unfortunately. However, reason number 4 why I think you should buy a W204 bars is, of course, the fact that they are a fun rear-wheel drive car with pretty decent horsepower numbers. That is just a good combo, you know what I mean? Like, no matter who you are, you have to admit that's a fun combination. Again, not the biggest Mercedes fan here, but even I can admit that that's exactly the type of car that I like. Rear-wheel drive, decent horsepower numbers, and pretty lightweight. It doesn't have to be the lightest car out there, lighter the better, obviously, but it doesn't have to be that light, as long as it's light enough to have fun, and that is a C-Class. Whether it's a C300, that C63 AMG is obviously a whole lot of fun. These cars are going to be fun for your average car guy to own. Rear-wheel drive is just awesome, and yes, it is offered with all-wheel drive with the 4MATIC option too, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, you can buy the rear-wheel drive one. With that being said, though, one of the biggest things that makes a car fun is not really available with this car. So reason number 4 why I think you should not buy a W204 is the fact that there's no real manual option for the vast majority of people. Now, the car was offered with a manual transmission, okay? And in European markets, I've heard that it's not that rare to find a manual transmission W204. However, in America, we barely got them. There is very, very, very few W204s with a manual transmission in America. It's very hard to find these cars in America, and if you do find it, you're going to have to be paying a whole lot more than if you were to just buy the automatic. And so basically, you're not getting a manual W204 is what I'm trying to say here. And obviously, because of that, it's really sad. This is the hands down number one reason why Mark Roden is not a fan of Mercedes-Benz. Why don't they give more of their cars manual transmissions? It blows my mind. They would just be so much more fun. However, reason number 5, and the final reason why I think you should buy a Mercedes-Benz W204 in the Big 2.6 is, of course, the fact that they are a sedan and they have an all-wheel drive option. This is just perfect because, again, it already has the fun aspect of, you know, pretty decent horsepower, right? It has a naturally aspirated motor too, so you can make it a little bit more fun if you want to. It's a fun car, and it's luxurious, it's comfortable. It's going to be okay in terms of reliability and being a daily driver, but it's just the fact that it brings it all together with the sedan and the all-wheel drive 4MATIC option that really just brings it all home. Now, I would personally rather have the rear-wheel drive coupe one anyways, so it doesn't really matter for me, but for a lot of other people, this is exactly what they're looking for, something that can be used as a daily but also be fun, and that is exactly what the C-Class W204 is. However, reason number 5, why, and the final reason why I think you should not buy a W204 Mercedes-Benz is the tuning potential. There's no denying the fact that Mercedes-Benz doesn't really have like a good reputation built on tuning. They're just not cars that are built for that kind of thing. There's not a lot of people out there that do build Mercedes. Now, is there Mercedes-Benz out there that can handle some insane power? Sure, and I'm sure you can make an argument that the W204 could do that as well if you really wanted to, but it's not known for that, obviously, and there's a reason for that. The motors are not very reliable when it comes to building any extra horsepower. The motors are already not the most reliable motors out there, even when you're not trying to build extra horsepower out of them. But if you are, they're obviously going to be just ticking time bombs at that point, which is obviously sad. If you're a person that's trying to build up a car, build up a little project, and make it turn into like a 1,000 horsepower drag strip monster, the W204 is just unfortunately not for you. So my final thoughts though, do I think that you should buy a W204 Mercedes-Benz? I think the only thing that these cars are really good at in 2026 is for a car guy's daily driver, because they might need more maintenance than a regular daily driver, but they're a lot more fun and cool than a regular daily driver. Something like a Corolla, a Camry, or a Accord. Mercedes-Benz C-Class W204 is rear-wheel drive. It has more power than those. It's gonna be, it is offered with a manual transmission, and you have obviously that luxurious and comfortable interior. It also just looks cooler than those, obviously. It's a lot more fun than those. However, they're also a lot higher maintenance than those. So that's why I would say for a daily, if you're looking for a daily, you have to sort of be a car guy or some sort of mechanic and have some mechanical knowledge. However, for a project car, I think they are just sadly a bad idea due to the weight, the tuning potential, the fact that they're really hard to find with a manual transmission, the unreliability of them, and how hard they are to work on, also the parts availability. Everything about it just kind of seems like using these as a project car would just be a massive headache when you compare it to cars that are already used as project cars, things like Civics, things like Evos or WRXs, or you get the idea. I just feel like this would just be harder. But ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of today's video on the 5 reasons you should and the 5 reasons you should not buy a Mercedes-Benz C-Class W204. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. So let me know what reviews I'd like to see in the comment section down below. Check the links in the description for any of my other social medias or any of my other YouTube channels or any of that great mumbo jumbo. And like I said early on in the video, guys, if you'd like to see your car in a 5 reasons you should and 5 reasons you should not video, please leave a comment below. That's usually how I go, is off of recommendations when it comes to these videos and the good, bad, and ugly. So if anybody would like to see their cars, that's the best way to get it out there. Also, guys, now that the video's over, I can finally like rant about just random stuff that doesn't really matter to the video. I like to do this in the outros, that way I'm not wasting anyone's time that just clicked on the video to see the, you know, information in the video. But dude, today has been one of those days where, you know how sometimes you have those days where you wake up and you feel like everything is going to be a good day. You feel like the day is going to be a good day, but the world just makes sure that that is not the case. That has been one of those days for me today, man. It has just been like, again, I woke up today and I was like, yeah, today's a good day. It was sunny out. It was kind of cold, but it was sunny out. I was happy about that. I was, you know, woke up pretty early, I was excited to do some YouTube work and everything. I was happy. And then I had to, I was motivated. I had energy to go get some things done. I have to renew my registration on my car. And so I went to go do that. And I called the DMV. I'd rather just gouge my own eyes out with rusty spoons than ever call the DMV again. I called them and was on hold for 30 minutes long, which was just, you know, awesome. Great. That's fun. And I know somebody's gonna be like, well, you could just do it online. No, the reason why I was calling them is because apparently I have an outstanding insurance claim or something. I don't. I literally just don't have that. That's not a thing that I have. But so I couldn't do it online. And so I had to call them to get this corrected because it's not true. And so I'm sitting on the phone for 30 minutes on hold. I put the phone in my pocket and it hangs up on itself accidentally. Like it accidentally presses the hang up button. And so I'm like, oh no, pull out my phone. It's 3:56 p.m. They close at 4 p.m. So there was no point in even calling them again because I would have had to go through the automated messages to get to that point again, which would have taken 4 minutes. By the time I even got to that point, they were going to be closed and I wouldn't be able to talk to them. I was so annoyed. And then I come inside, I'm starving, absolutely starving. There's nothing to eat. I'm sitting here, I just recorded this video, starving, absolutely starving. I'm just sitting here waiting. I feel like after the video, I'm probably just gonna have to go down and get something to eat, I guess, but still, I was annoying. There's nothing to eat in the house. Like, it's just like all these little tiny things that just keep adding up, piling on. Took my dogs outside. They were being a nightmare outside, which sometimes they do, which, you know, it is what it is. They're dogs. They don't really listen that well, and they just do whatever they want to go do. But god damn, today they were being extra annoying, of course. And it was cold as hell outside. Like, everything's just going just down, dude. I've been in the bow. I'm coming down. It was so annoying. Just one of those days, man, you know. So sorry if my attitude seemed a little bit grouchy in today's video, guys. I apologize for that. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Das Vidania, and have a nice night.